everyone, welcome to the video where we are going to be learning about compound probability. So compound probability is the probability of two or more events happening. And something to note, because this will be important throughout this lesson and later, is that when you see the or, that means addition. So let's talk about mutually exclusive events. So that means we can't get both events at the same time. It's either one or the other, but not both. Well, let's talk a little bit about what that means. So, for example, if you were rolling a dice, numbers 1 through 6, you could roll what's the probability, if it's asking you what's the probability of rolling a 1 or an even number. Well, okay, you could roll a 1 out of 6 chance, or an even number, which is a 3 out of 6 chance. But could both of those happen at the same time? Well, no, because 1 is not an even number. So those are mutually exclusive, and that's where we would just add our two probabilities together. But overlapping events, that means you can get both events at the same time. So for example, rolling a 6 or an even number. Well, we could roll a 6, that would be a 1 out of 6 chance, or an even number, which is a 3 out of 6 chance, but a 6 could also be an even number. So both of those things could happen at the same time once, right? So those are our vocabulary words for this section. And let's just try a few examples and practice this. So for number 1, it says, find the probability of rolling a 3 or an even number. Is this mutually exclusive or overlapping? So let's find out. If we have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the probability of rolling a 3. Okay, well that's right there. That's 1 out of 3. The probability of rolling an even number. Okay, well that's 2, 4, and 6. Did any of those overlap? No. So this event is mutually exclusive. And when it's mutually exclusive, you just add together your two probabilities. So we could write it out and say, okay, well, the probability of rolling a 3 plus the probability of an even number. So the probability we roll a 3, well, that's just one time. That's right there. So that's a 1 out of 6 chance. Plus the probability we roll an even number, well, that's 1, 2, 3 times out of 6. So 1 plus 3 gives me 4, so 4 out of 6, or that could be simplified to be 2/3. Okay, we did the first one. I hope that wasn't too bad, but we've got more practice, so don't worry. All right, so number 2 says, find the probability of rolling an odd number or a number less than 5. Is this mutually exclusive or overlapping? Well, let's find out. So let's write our numbers. Okay, and the probability of rolling an odd number. So we've got 1, 3, and 5 are our odd numbers. Then a number less than 5. Okay, well the numbers less than 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so take notice here. Right there and right there, we have overlap. So that means this event is overlapping. So if you go back to here, we're going to take our two events and add them together, but then we're going to subtract our overlap. So we've got the probability of an odd number, rolling an odd, plus the probability we roll a number less than 5, minus the probability of both of those things happening at the same time. So the probability we get an odd number, well, we've got 1, 2, 3 odd numbers out of 6, plus the numbers less than 5 were 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6, minus, now let's just count our overlaps. We had 1, 2 overlaps, so that's 2 out of 6. 3 plus 4 is 7, minus 2 would be 5. Okay. Number 3, find the probability of rolling a 2 or an even number. Is this event mutually exclusive or overlapping? All right, so same idea. Let's write our numbers out. So the probability of rolling a 2, so that happens there, one time, or an even number. Okay, well that's 1, 2, 3 times. And I see that we have overlap here, one time. So this event is overlapping. So we need to take the probability of rolling a 2 plus the probability of rolling an even number minus the probability that both of those things happen or the overlap. Okay? So the probability we roll a 2, well, that's just 1 out of 6. Plus the probability it's even. Okay, well, we've got 1, 2, 3 numbers that were even out of 6. Minus, we had 1 overlap right there, the even 2. So 1 plus 3 is 4, minus 1, so that'd be 3 out of 6, which we could simplify to be 1/2. All right, we've got 2 more examples. I hope this is starting to make some sense for you guys. And I think, take your notes. We're doing well. So let's switch it up. Let's get away from the die or the dice a little bit. So this says a bag contains 7 yellow marbles, 4 red marbles, and 5 blue marbles. Find the probability that you randomly draw a yellow or blue marble. Is this event mutually exclusive or overlapping? Okay, well, could you draw a yellow marble and a blue marble at the same time? Wrong blue, this blue. Well, no. So this event is mutually exclusive because we don't have a blue-yellow marble, right? We don't have any like tie-dye ones. So we're just going to take the probability that we draw a yellow marble plus the probability of a blue marble. Well, we've got 7 that were yellow, 4 red, and 5 blue. So we have 16 total marbles. So the probability that we get a yellow one, well, there's 7 yellow, so that'll be 7 out of 16. Plus the probability that we get a blue marble, well, that's 5 of them. So 5 out of 16. And 7 plus 5 is 12, so 12 out of 16. And our last problem. So a bag contains tiles with the numbers 1 through 10 on them. You randomly choose a tile from the bag. What is the probability that you choose an even number or a number less than 6? Is this event mutually exclusive or overlapping? All right, well, let's find out. So choose an even number. So let's highlight the evens. Okay, or a number less than 6. So the numbers less than 6 are here. Okay, and I see that we overlapped right there and right here. So this event is overlapping. So we're going to take the probability of an even number, getting an even number, plus the probability of drawing a number less than 6, minus the probability of the overlap or both of them. So the probability we get an even number, well, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10, plus the probability of drawing a number less than 6, well, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them out of 10, minus both. So let's find our overlaps. We have 1 here and 1 there, so 2 out of 10. So 5 plus 5 minus 2, that would be 8, which could be simplified to 4 out of 5. Okay, that's the end of the video. The next one we'll talk about independent and dependent events. Thanks for watching.